There's no place to escape to.
This is the last podcast.
On the left.
Side stories.
From your blade. That's when the cannibalism started.
Side stories.
Yes. What a good time to be celebrating St. Patrick's Day.
Woohoo! Look at the Irish.
Look at the Irish. You know what I mean? Simpler times. Because just a year ago today,
Yes.
You know who was married?
Who?
Holden McNeely.
He got married on St. Patrick's Day?
Yes, he got married on St. Patrick's Day. Holden McNeely from Wizard and the Bruiser. This is his 1 year anniversary. I think this is the first 1 year anniversary thanks his wife would be getting, because Holden McNeely, I don't know how he approaches love with his wife.
He doesn't. That helps.
This is a Last Podcast Network. Congratulations to Holden McNeely.
Wow. Look at you. The luck of the Irish. This is the
Luck of the Irish.
You're the nicest I've ever seen you. I didn't realize this was your holiday.
Oh no, it's in me!
No!
It's in me!
It's an alien. Hey everyone, welcome to Side Stories. I am Ben, hanging out with Henry. And you want to hear a little joke that I did on Kind of Fun, the wrestling podcast today, Henry?
Sure.
It's really funny because it's like, you know how everyone's like, oh, keep your distance 6 feet apart. Well, we are certainly doing that because you're in LA and I'm in New York. There's the whole country apart from us. We have the whole country. We're so separated. We're separated by a country.
I'm leaving the show. I can't continue our relationship anymore. Our working relationship is now completely fraught and frayed by what you've done, how you betrayed it with your behavior.
Yes.
Things are obviously real weird out there right now.
A little bonkers, yeah.
Things are going. People are now inside. I'm now on day 3 of quarantine. I was up there. I'm keeping my knees up.
Good.
Doing a lot of that. Keeping my knees up.
I saw your Instagram posts of you and Jackie doing hot yoga together, which I don't know. What's most interesting to me is I'm more of a bar guy, okay? And I know
What?
people will judge, all the bars are closed, so now I'm a nobody. But people were judging everyone, oh, you're going out to bars. But in LA, it wasn't bars, it was yoga studios.
Yeah,
I saw
truly.
people who were posting like, stay inside, never do anything, be safe. And of course, be safe and stay inside and never do anything. But then the next picture would be them sweating profusely doing hot yoga amongst 8 other people. How in the world are you guys so obsessed with yoga that
That's all
you're
we have.
still doing it during a viral outbreak?
So many people in LA, the only thing they have is their pristine bodies. And they want to keep it going because eventually they need to emerge. And then the more attractive members of our society are going to have to go towards the people. This is obviously deep in our post-apocalyptic state, whatever the 3 months from now when we're allowed to emerge. The healthy ones are going to have to go towards the rich ones, right? So the hot ones are going to move towards the ones with the resources. So now's the time to start setting the table for yourself. What kind of mate are you going to bring to yourself in the post-apocalyptic world? Are you going to be able to get the guy with the guns?
Sure.
You might need some muscles because you're going to be running drills with him.
I agree.
Are you going to be able to get the woman with all the money? If you find a 75-year-old former I guess attorney or a lady, someone with a lot of money, and you get in there, I have to make sure that I have a strong of back so that I can sexually service this rich woman to bring money back to our home.
So in this sort of long view analogy or scenario that you're talking about, is Natalie dead?
No,
did you kill
Natalie
her during the coronavirus, during the 3-month shut-in? Because that's the fear that's coming from within the house.
No, she's walking me out. You know what I mean?
Good.
She's my new she's my pimp.
Okay, very, very good.
She gets a cut.
We are going to, by the way, just if you are living with someone, this is a tough time. You're going to be there for a long time. So I say one affirmation a day. Say, you know what, Henry, if I lived with you, I'd say, you know what, Henry? Your nose is looking nice today.
It's really important.
Very nice. Check in.
I just want you to let you know, Kissel, I don't mind your feet.
Hellish rebuke! Rebuke!
That's nice. Over to 30. I was walking. So the last time I went sort of any sort of public exercise, I was walking to the studio.
Yes.
And things are really weird out here. But I saw a dude like every once in a while, Los Angeles like shows its true face again. Like every once in a while, like I was like, where's the LA from every movie that I saw in the 80s? Like that type of LA.
So what is that? Is that cool LA? Is that bright neon shorts LA, rollerblade LA? Or is it like dystopian, like escape from LA? Like
yeah, that kind of shit.
Okay.
Like dressed like Noah, like from the movie Noah, but your outfit technically would cost $15,000, like that type of thing where you look homeless, but you're not.
Of course.
But there are, I don't know how to put it. I saw a dude on the street. The only people who are on the street are the mentally unbalanced ones. And there was a dude, so me included, but there was a guy with a handprint tattoo all over his face.
Oh my God.
Right, there's a full tease. And this was a time before they closed all the restaurants. So there were people sitting in the front of like the Starbucks, kind of like the outside seating. And he's walking in, he's like, "Hope everybody's enjoying your coffee." And everyone's trying to like, resume their conversations.
Right.
And he starts going like fake coughing over a whole group of people. And everyone's just like,
check, please.
And it's like, holy shit, we're immediately there.
Yeah, just
we
be like,
went right into 80s dystopia.
"Hey, Barb, how was your day?" Well, it was kind of cool. A guy that looked like Wilson, the ball from Castaway, came in and coughed all over my wonderful latte, so I think I'm dying.
I think what you'd call it is you're just getting drive-by diseased. But I want to correct something that I said last week.
Okay.
We hold ourselves to be accountable on the show.
Yeah.
Kissel, look how responsible he is.
Hey, I'm wearing
pants on.
I am wearing I'm not bad pants. You're gonna call this velour full?
I'm sorry. I didn't
full
mean
beautiful burnt orange velour suit pants?
I didn't mean to do that to you. I didn't mean to. Yes, I didn't mean to shame your soft pant. I'm gonna call it a soft pant.
Thank you. It's bedazzled.
But last week we read an email from a police officer from the UK who talked about these anti-disease medications that he was taking after he did these like needle strike tests, and he said it made all his hair fall out and all this kind of shit. Apparently, I received several passionate emails from people within the HIV positive community, people for HIV reach out and AIDS reach out, talking about how PrEP is not whatever it was that he took. Whatever it was that he took is either old school, it's like old shit. They used to have to take a series of pills, or it's some other form of anti-disease medication, some form of antibiotic that fucking can wreck you, but I have no clue. But it has nothing to do with PrEP. I wanted to do one quick to dispel some of the misinformation from PrEP.
All right. Well, let's get a clarification corner. Clarification
whatever the
corner.
hell this is.
Yeah. All right.
PrEP, or pre-exposure prophylaxis, is a one-day pill you take that prevents HIV up to 99% when taken correctly. It has been around since 2012. A woman actually has a better chance of getting pregnant while on birth control than getting HIV while you're on PrEP. PrEP is taken before someone is exposed to HIV. There's also a thing called, and then there's also PEP, right? Which you transition to PrEP, which is, again, there is very little side effects, to the point that Frank Ocean actually did a party last year to give people PrEP and talk about whatever the post-PrEP is. Again, I'm not a doctor. I'm not a doctor. I don't even know how to explain the clarification, but I just want to say, don't be scared of the PrEP or the PEP or any of the anti-HIV medications they would give you, or that you could take it. It's more important to stay safe.
Yes.
Don't be scared of it. And that is literally the last time I'm going to bring it up, because I obviously am not helping the conversation.
Absolutely. And of course, we always appreciate your perspective. Side stories, lpotl@gmail.com. Shocking news alert. We are not doctors.
I'm not a doctor.
And of course, we do want to be trusted. But, on certain things, you can just give us the benefit of the doubt. We're never attempting to be nefarious. We're just, in many cases, learning right along with you about these things that we're hearing about. Really, for one of the first times that we're hearing about it.
On the floor, yeah, because we don't have to deal with it. But speaking of all this, man, I started watching, so now we're deep in quarantine. What are we watching? What are we doing?
Oh my God. First of all, Henry, I don't want to know about what you're watching, because I want to talk about the PS4 that you got, because you're playing Division 2. How happy are you right now?
The hyena is not safe. when I have my gear on. It is so fucking sweet. I love killing as many terrorists as humanly possible. It's so much fun. I imagine each one is a person holding back our book sales. Our book is coming out April 7th, and there's going to be, we're going to still dealing with all the Tor bullshit. We have no clue what the hell's going to happen quite yet, but we're going to be, but we will give you that information as soon as we know.
And as I mentioned on Instagram, if the book tour is postponed, and we can sort of look at the tea leaves, you guys can probably see where that's going, but we don't have any official word yet, so we will tell you then. I will be doing dry postponement. And then I'm going to have my first BL on stage so we can go through, and I'm going to look good. I'm going to wear my nothing but velour. I got some new shoes. My new bronze are awesome.
Those Friday the 13th bronze are fucking dope.
They're very cool. So just letting you know, we're going to, during the times where there's a health crisis, let's get healthy. And that's part of my contradictory character. But in this case, in this way, it's almost being my saving grace.
It sort of is responsible. Again, weirdly backwards, we found ourselves back to somehow we're doing the correct thing. I don't know how. But I started, obviously I am just, I can't watch any more JFK assassination stuff if I could. I am so deep in, I can't trust you.
I don't want you to anymore.
Were you one of the shooters?
No, there's not big houses for feet on the grassy knoll. No, I was not there.
No, weren't you dressed as a big lumberjack holding an axe in front of a tire store, and then you're like, now it's time to move forward and kill this president?
That's Paul Bunyan, along with his ox, Babe, the blue
You being
ox.
racist? Am I being racist against your people?
You're being a sizist anyway.
But guess what? I'll get up there and the best part is I can punch you right between your asshole and your balls. You don't even know it until it's too late. But one thing that kind of caught my eye this week, partially because of these emails I got educating me about prep, that I don't know if I'm fully educated, but I started getting into the concept of bug chasers.
Oh,
like
my
people
God.
that were getting HIV on purpose. Like,
yes.
And, I watched this documentary called, I want to say it's called The Gift Giver, because they call them bug chasers and gift givers.
Oh, my God.
Because they want the gift, which is HIV. But all the stuff's from the mid-90s, right? So the one I was watching took place at this big, crazy gay rodeo.
So this is like HIV, like top 10 scariest times it's ever been around. It's like we're out of the 80s, but they're kind of getting a little handle on it.
Yes.
But it's a very tiny handle, and it's still quite a hot plate.
It's very interesting because it kind of also goes with from what I was seeing, and I don't know why I'm going to go further into it, but I just found it very interesting. It's that it kind of, the bug chasing movement also went with the rise of the internet.
Okay.
And so there is like kind of talk of it, like people talking about people wanting to get HIV at the time because of this concept of bug chasing was about this idea that like almost HIV was so dangerous, and then it also gave you sort of an identity. It gave you something to kind of adhere to as almost as like a personality from the bug chasers' perspective. That they would kind of want to get it to almost feel cool to be part of the in crowd, or it's like the ultimate taboo for somebody to shoot it up in there, and then you got the bug yourself, and then you have like gift digger, and then they would have like biohazard parties, which I think is just a mid-90s thing.
Yeah,
that they just went from club goth, and documentarians went to a club goth night, and they were like, this is how they spread it. Like, I don't know if that's true.
I have no idea. So, but why? Okay, obviously people are weird. I know, shocking news.
What?
But you do have some people who, for example, I'm thinking of the woman who purposely blinded herself, right? She said that she always wanted to be blind. She always related to people who are blind. She blinded herself, and she still believes that, and now she is truly happy. She says she's truly happy. I'm like, okay.
Sure.
Why do you think it is? And again, we are not psychologists either. Side stories, lpotl@gmail.com. Let us know what you think about this. What is it in someone's mind? Do you think it's them totally just feeling as if they don't have a community? Do they feel like
a little bit?
I just don't like what did the documentary say?
Basically, one thing that kind of shakes out, which I'm certain we'll immediately get responses on this, but it seems that a lot of it is actually more about the fantasy of it. That because of the advent of the at the time, the rise of the internet, with the rise of this, we don't even know if it's a real movement. It's kind of like Q a little bit, where it's partially been blown up by people fascinated from the outside of the movement, and also partially somewhat real, but mostly it's a fantasy world on the internet, kind of like Cannibal Cop, right? When
Okay.
Cannibal Cop went through his shit, is that what a lot of people, from what I was seeing, the interviews I was watching, were saying along the lines that people like to play it out like they're super into it, more so on the internet than in real life. And that the idea of talking about, you got the fucking HIV, I want it inside my fucking clumps, I want it in my clumps, like that talk makes you super horny on the internet, and then you can come thinking about it. You can sit and come thinking, watching Philadelphia. You can be into it.
Sure.
But for the most part, once you get the demons out, you can go back to normal and be like, whew, that was a close one.
Yes, and again, I do think you need to breach the subject with your therapist about how you call cum demons, and that is something we've been
They make
talking
you do
about
bad
for
things.
10 years.
They make you do bad things.
You can also have
gotta
a
get 'em
wonderful.
out.
You can also have a baby and have a family and you can have a very nice life. You are such a little
Have a
goth.
baby.
You are such a little goth. But
No, all I want is I need Jordans is what I need.
Yes, I
don't
know.
need a baby.
Well, name
I got the Blu-ray extended versions of Lord of the Rings. That's like an entire childhood's worth of love and
name
and
the
respect
baby
of your
Jordan,
friends.
and it'll all be good. So these bug chasers, so they're doing it for like online cloud. Is it like people? Obviously, it's not like don't fuck with cats, but I'm saying in the vein of like I'm gonna say something the most extreme I can say.
I
And that's
think
the
so.
only way I can get any reaction.
A little bit. Who knows? I mean, I am just kind of dipping into this because I don't know what happened, but man, it just seems like it's a lot. But those gay sex parties seem like they would have been a lot of fun back in the day.
Sure, I mean, of course, JFK, Oliver Stone's JFK certainly showed us the fun that can be had with gold spray paint and a man named John Candy.
John Candy, because there's nothing that grinds most hot dudes' gears than John Candy. Just all saddled up. Oh, man, John Candy. You're fucking Uncle Buck, man.
I
guess
John
Uncle
Candy.
Buck can have as much sex as he wants.
Yeah, what do you think was the precursor to becoming Uncle Buck living alone outside of Wrigley Stadium? You don't necessarily get there by not going to massive orgies in the 60s.
Yep.
He's a lot of fun. So check out that documentary. The one, what was it called? Bug Chasers?
I want to say it's called The Gift Giver.
The Gift Giver.
But it's an old one. That's why it was just one of those where it starts at the beginning of the phenomena. So now I'm just kind of dipping my toe in. It's pretty interesting. It's just also very shocking and very scary.
Yes. I actually just rewatched, speaking of old 90s documentaries, Beyond the Mat, which is very exciting. It's a wrestling documentary. It shows the brutal match.
I remember that from back in the day.
It shows the brutal match between Mick Foley and The Rock, the I Quit match. And if you listen to Kind of Fun, you'll know the story. I spoke with Mick Foley, and he said that was his least favorite match of all time. There was no artistic credibility to it. He just got his brains bashed in front of his family. And when you rewatch it as an adult, man, those are like real tears of pain from his family.
Yeah, he
and
got
it's
the fuck beat out of
brutal. Yeah.
The one that I was watching was called The Gift.
Okay, The
It was
Gift.
done by Louise Hogarth.
Yes. So that is a good thing. Check it. You can keep up to date on all the Netflix documentaries. And I was going to watch last night, although I fell asleep at 8 p.m. last night because I guess I was exhausted after Orlando. Everyone says hello again, Henry. And I want to thank everyone who came out. And
I just want to see everybody. You just want to go on fucking tour.
man, it was so nice to see everyone because you all are so sweet. And again, whatever happens with the tour, we will keep you up to date on that. But get in, watch your Netflix, play your video games, try to have as much of a nice time as you possibly can. I don't know what's going on at my deli because Henry was telling me that in LA you have to line up at 7 a.m. not for food, but for toilet paper. My deli completely stocked with toilet paper, almost
Which is scary.
to the point. Yeah,
It seems like a trap.
Oh, yes.
Honestly, I feel like you're going to go in there and just like a net is going to drop on you, or you're going to be grabbed up and they're going to start testing the vaccine on you.
I am a little bit concerned that these hipsters haven't been wiping their ass at all for the past decade or 15 years that I've been here. And I'm just going to say, feel free.
The key is
Wipe.
it's like not washing your hair, because you know what they say, that you should stop washing your hair altogether. Like you should let the oils take care of it. That's one of those. So what you have to do is, if you stop wiping your ass, the first couple days they're going to be kind of rough.
It's going to itch, yeah.
But what you do is you reach a point where it sort of makes like I'm going to say a crust.
Uh-huh.
It makes like a like a film, like a skin on your butthole. So
Right.
then you just let it keep building.
So I think you're describing like how like a mountain is made.
Yes.
That's very
Over
cool.
millennia. Yeah, it would slowly grow on your butt.
Yeah,
yes,
you'd be
but
like-
you'd have to be shitting a lot. And I haven't been eating that much.
Sure. Be like, Susie, your butt is looking so big. And she's like, the crack is full of crap.
Here, let me see it. Yeah, really? Are you sure? I want to see it. I want to see your mudslide.
All right.
I will say, you know what I have been doing a lot of?
What's that?
Eating pork chops and drinking bourbon.
Oh, well, good for you, buddy.
I've been sitting. I bought a family style thing of pork chops because Kevin Gillespie, who's a great chef in Atlanta, showed that he went to go buy meat in the store and no one had bought any pork because everybody's scared of pork. So I did the same thing. I bought a whole thing of pork chops, and now what I've been doing is just sit and eat pork chops, watching JFK documentaries, drinking bourbon. It's been good for me.
Well, I don't know about the last sentence, but I think you're having fun, and I think that's your true self. And I think that's wonderful.
I'm going to get my Alex Jones body. This is how to do it.
All right, well, let's move on to a story. This one coming from Japan. This story
This
is
is wild.
insane, man. So this dude, he was just sentenced to death. And he was sentenced to death not for doing something good, but for doing something very bad. He killed 19 people at a disabled facility, and he did this by using a knife. He killed 9 men and 10 women, ranging from the age of 18 to 70. 26 people were injured. His name was Satoshi Umatsu. He went on this stabbing spree in 2016. It was Japan's deadliest mass killing since the end of World War II.
Wow. Well, I will say they did a lot during World War II.
They did.
I mean, they really shored up those numbers during World War II.
Yes, they did. He tied up 2 staff members, then went from wing to wing, floor to floor, killing patients. And officials said the facility was a home to 149 residents. The total attack took about an hour, and then he turned himself in. Apparently, several months before the attack, he wrote a letter which was seen by CNN claiming that, quote, he had the ability to kill 470 disabled people, going on to say, I am aware that this is an outrageous thing to say. Then he wrote, of a world where disabled people were severe difficulties socializing as well as severe difficulties at home are allowed to be peacefully euthanized. So here we have a situation we were actually,
So
and I think
he's
I
like
can say,
a missionary killer.
yes, a missionary
So he believed
killer.
that he was trying to do it. He was just trying to kill them one by one. How brutally did he stab these people?
Well, I don't know how brutally he couldn't have stabbed them to kill all of them. He was committed
was
to
he
an
just slitting
institution.
throats, or was he just stabbing them in the heart?
Let's see here.
I mean, I feel like that they might not have those answers because that's a basement trolls question.
Right. I mean, you got to figure if it's an hour, he injured 26, killed 19. Okay, if we're going to go down this road, let's go down this road.
I'm already looking at the numbers. So he killed 13% of the nursing home.
Okay, so
19 plus 26, 45, divided by 149. He injured 30% of the nursing home.
and so it had to be around 35 to 38 seconds per attack. So, yeah, I'm thinking he probably went for the neck. Probably
He must
went
have done
for the
it,
heart and the
I guess,
throat.
fast. But I tell you what, the thing in Japan is that they wake up and they do jumping jacks every day.
They do.
They are very prepared. They're physically able. So it's one of those. I actually wouldn't be surprised if he was shooting for a time trial that he couldn't crunch that down to at least 45 minutes, 35 minutes.
Perhaps he wanted to be on one of the Ninja Warriors programs. This is not how you're going to do it. This is how you're going to
No.
get sentenced to prison for the rest of your life.
No, I think that's called Ninja Warrior.
Yes, he definitely caused a lot of worry throughout Japan. And so now he is gone. It is just one of those, when you hear about mass killings, if you told me someone killed 19 and injured 26, my first thought is always a gun.
Yeah,
And
assault rifle.
Assault rifle. But to think about, it's an,
No,
AR stands for Armalite. Didn't you know?
I don't care. I don't care. He's also, I'm not going to give him a lot of credit because they were sitting down.
Yeah, I guess, but you're right. He thought that he was doing like something really good, and I think I can say this, but people were asking us a lot about Harold Shipman. And
And we said the same thing, but Harold Shipman was just more of he was doing it for money, and he was doing out of some weird control thing,
Right.
like some weird I'm the doctor, I know what's best, like psychopathy, whatever's going on in his brain. But we started putting together, I guess I feel free to say this on the show.
Okay.
We tried to put together a huge series on Harold Shipman.
Right.
Like Marcus and I got all the work together, started doing it, and we were like, this is really boring.
And this man killed over 200 people. And the fact, it's just so, like,
It's so mundane. It's sadly so
so weird.
easy. It's so effortless what he did that there's almost no story there. It's just almost 200 people just like went away. It's so fucked up, which is a part of what you could do an episode about it, but it's hard to really get the good juice that we want for our series when it's kind of like this other weird, flat thing. Like, what happens when you do something like this is different. He stabbed 19 people.
Right, absolutely. And of course, with Shipman, the act itself is horrible, but with Last Podcast, as the listeners know, we like to go down the psychology of the person. And evidently, there wasn't not too much there other than the missionary killing that he thought he was doing.
If you have a good source material in Harold Shipman, we're always willing to look at it. If we get some good source material, we'll always revamp it. But for the most part, that's one thing about, we've always kind of talked about, Marcus and I've talked about Doctors Who Kill, where it's like, the problem is that we want more meat. I want more meat.
Because they're still just doctors at the end of the day, and somewhat boring.
You just drop a line in, it's just so fucked up how easy it is to kill somebody like that, where you just have no clue, which is why I'm scared of the goddamn doctor.
But you
gotta go.
Gotta go. There you go.
Gotta go to the doctor.
Well, let's do a quick update. Speaking of people who are mentally ill, Henry alerted me to this. Evidently, love, I guess this is a story of love. And
this is a story of love. This is love. This is a story of support. Okay, so, because I've asked Natalie, like, would you support me if I did a crime?
Sure.
You wait for me from jail. And she said, what type of crime? And I said, let's put it in my wheelhouse, right? Like my wheelhouse of crime. What would I accidentally do?
I could already see this. I can see you attempting to rob a bank with a burrito in your pocket.
I
road rage without a doubt.
Yes, an accidental vehicular manslaughter. I'm sure that could happen in there. Using your car as a weapon. I would only do it in self-defense. So my whole thing, she says, you don't make that face.
I did make a How do you, if the person is not in a vehicle and you are in the vehicle, how would you only be doing that in self-defense?
If Natalie divorced me, I'd be closer to more of a preemptive strike mode. But now that I have more to deal with, like I have things to lose, I love my family. I don't want to lose everything that I've ever done.
Good.
It would be mostly out of defense.
Okay.
She said she could wait 3 to 5 for me. For that.
Okay.
And white collar crime.
Yeah.
White collar crime, she said she could feel for me, but she's like, her whole thing is that she's kind of got a whole thing of like, if I turn a bunch of children into human butterflies, she's going to have a problem with it.
Yeah, she should have a problem with that. And then at the end of the day, as long as she waits for you, I think the caveat could also be, but if you need to go have an orgasm, go use whatever you got to do, because at the end of the day, what are you going to do to stop it? You know.
Well, I mean, literally, I can't do anything to stop it. I'm in jail.
Yeah,
but I'm hoping that she would just use a vibrator with my face tattooed, like a picture of my face cut out and just taped to the very end of me going, hi, yes, bring me closer to it.
The nice thing is she can just lie to you about whatever she's doing.
I just have the decency to lie to me.
All right.
That's what I'm down with. They lie to me. Throw me a bone. But this story, again, it's about love. Get back to it. His girlfriend vows to stand by mentally ill woman 36 who decapitated her own mother 73 and carried head around a carrier bag, as she is now being sent to a hospital, quote unquote, indefinitely.
Okay.
Now, Sharon O'Brien. She dated Odessa Carey. We covered her last week.
Yes.
This is the story of the woman that decapitated her own mother and kept it in a carrier bag and took it out for the friends in an allotment. And I got enough of your fucking emails. I'm not going to disparage it. Thank you for correcting me. I know that an allotment is more of a garden than an apartment building, but I don't know what you're growing in the UK besides potatoes, because lettuce is brown there.
All right.
So I don't know what you got going on in that country. But no, I know you have tomatoes. I've seen them at breakfast.
Of course.
So yes, but she was out there kissing her mother's severed head in her allotment. But Sharon O'Brien, 50, 14 years Odessa senior, is saying that she's going to stand by her woman.
Good. Love is in the air. I have to say, it seems as if she has lived a rough life. For 50, she wears 50 like a pirate. She has been She's been through the ringer. I do believe that.
But so does Odessa, carries 36, also like a pirate.
Yes, she does. Sharon says regarding the mother, she says she was a lovely woman. She goes on to say she was always laughing and joking and always happy. She was always supportive of Odessa. She wouldn't give up on her.
And the big thing she said, the main thing that was really sad is that her mom was such a huge fan of hats.
Of hats?
Yep.
Oh, and then she lost her head.
Yeah, but at least the head always gets to have a hat on it.
Yeah,
and and what Sharon also says, this wasn't the actions of the Odessa I know. I wasn't scared of her. I still think I can get through to her. So I'll never give up on her. I still love her to bits. I always will. I'll always stick by her, and nobody else wants anything to do with her, but I can't leave her.
Oh, and then she also does kind of a strange turn here. Again, Sharon, this is the girlfriend of Odessa, mildly blaming the mom. She says, we told her mom not to let her into the house.
See?
But she would never
It's the mom's fault.
I guess.
It's the mom's fault. We know that now for a fact.
She said she would never turn her back on her daughter. I'm grieving for the loss of both of them, but I have got to keep going for Odessa. So she's also sort of... She's dealing with I think, again, the victim is the mom who got beheaded by her daughter.
Yes, of course. But obviously this woman was very sick during this whole time period.
Yes.
Sharon says, she was a lovely, caring lass. There was not a bad bone in her body. She practically brought my daughter up from the age of 9. Years later, Carrie's mental health and her behavior began to deteriorate to Sharon's alarm. As Odessa, Carrie's behavior became more unsettling, her son, who is now 18, went to live with his father, which I imagine. Sharon also began to witness a series of increasingly terrifying incidents. Sharon said, it would come and go. She'd be fine for a while and you wouldn't have known what was going on. But it got worse. On one occasion, Carrie cut her own legs down to the bone, and in another, she tried to smash her way through the wall of her home with a wallpaper scraper to get to her neighbors, so she pulled the Kool-Aid Man in her own home.
So, but it's never nice unless you're full of Kool-Aid and are willing to give it out to friends and family.
I'm only pulling a Kool-Aid Man unless my family's trapped inside and there's a fire in the building.
Right, and in no way will you just end up suffocating and dying.
No, but I'm trying to surprise Mike Pence. That would be a fun way to get him. He would never expect the Kool-Aid Man.
You don't think that Mike Pence would expect a smaller man to break through his door at any given moment to arouse him sexually?
He's just sitting there hard. It's like, oh, thank God you're here. I just got done with my last boy. And that boy is just wiping his mouth, being like, I ain't sick yet. I ain't sick. And I get in there and being like, I'll suck this vice president off in the name of my country, and I'll take pictures of it to show the world.
And for more political news, make sure to listen to Abe Lincoln's Top Hat. We'll be covering coronavirus in detail.
She asked, she would sit in the kitchen of this is really intense. In January 2018, police were contacted after Carrie assaulted her mom with a bath board. Yet Sharon still let Carrie move in with her in late 2018 after she was thrown out of a hostel in Blythe. Sharon continued, I've never seen anything like it. She'd sit in the kitchen in the middle of the floor laughing hysterically and screaming. And when I asked, who are you talking to, love? She said, just the voices in my head. Sharon said, just weeks before Carrie killed her mom, she killed a cat by breaking its neck before flushing its body down the toilet.
All right, again, that's not a sentence that you should ever be saying. And
she's just going like, what can you do? What can you do?
I'm going to say I'm happy that this woman, I guess, is sticking with her lover. The whole thing is tragic. I also think, maybe, just maybe, she could have prevented the crime had she just mentioned that she was killing cats, flushing them down toilets, like a horrible, horrible disposal. This woman, she is the definition of an enabler.
You really could have called the cops at some point, but also, I've heard the memification of the concept of, things I guess people would do for good dick. You know what I mean? Like what you're willing to compromise for good dick or good pussy. I wonder what it comes down to. It's being like, what level of lick can someone give you that you're fine with this? Like, on what level of lick can you look past someone murdering their own cat and multiply threatening people in your homes and people that you're close to. I mean, I feel like women have men have the easiest of most, where we just kind of pull 30 seconds and my demons are out.
Sure.
For the woman now, they also have all these mechanics. They got all these machines that really, really work. Can't you just find something that buzzes you down there harder than any woman could lick that would keep you from allowing a psychopath to move into your home?
I'm going to say that you can, Henry. I think you answered your own question. You got to the solution. Toys are the way to go, and no matter how good, get the rabbit, no matter how good the sex is, you should never allow someone to kill a cat and flush it down a toilet. I've said it here first, and I'll say it again. And how many times do we have to say that sentence?
Sharon said she needed really good professional help. She really did.
No shit,
I tried and tried, Kiso.
Did you really try? Did you really?
I just hope.
Okay.
Yeah, I did. I got a Dr. Bell. I went down to the 99-cent store and I got a Dr. Bell. Right?
What's a Dr. Bell?
You ring it and the doctor comes if he's free. I went and he didn't know and came. I think I was hooked, winked. I think I was hooked out of my pants.
At any point when the cat was being killed, did you try to stop it when she was flushing the cat down the toilet? Maybe when she was sitting in the kitchen and screaming? Did you think this might be the time to get paramedics involved?
Have you ever tried to make a girlfriend stop doing anything? They get mad at you. They get mad at you.
Wow.
All right? But she said,
Really?
I know she did. And if she had had the help in the first place, maybe it wouldn't have gotten so bad. I'm hoping for a miracle myself. I feel like going to the library and getting books on schizophrenia to see if I can help.
Oh, my God.
See, Sharon's helping. She's helping.
You're not the doctor, ma'am. I'm sorry. You need... anyway... I'm just screaming at our wonderful audience who are in quarantine. You're not the doctor, man.
You're not the doctor.
But I did like that you kind of made it a Patrice O'Neill joke towards the end, which was very good. Very good job.
Oh,
you ever try to tell
was that? I try to stay relatable.
Speaking of girlfriends, this is a good transition. Good
all right.
Lord.
I'm hoping over the next couple of weeks, we're all stuck inside. There's not a lot of news going on that's not COVID-19 based.
Right.
Our goal is to not fucking inundate ourselves and everyone else with COVID-19 news.
That
There's plenty of it
vacuum
out
is
there.
being filled, yes.
You can find it. So we're really trying to find some kind of weirder internet stories because it's fun. I like, going down little side roads. That was kind of the whole point of side stories to begin with, right?
Yeah.
So let's take a look at this story. This comes from the Bazaar. This comes from DiscussGlobal.com by Miko Hayes. This is a story called The Bizarre Viral Relationship Between Terry W. East and Stephanie East. Now, this is very, very interesting. Social media sleuths are demanding answers after stumbling upon the once fiery romance between Terry W. East and Stephanie East. The couple has caused mass panic across Facebook after Facebook users learned that Stephanie appears to have gone missing in 2018. This is probably a good point to mention that Stephanie is a sex doll. So this is the story is
you say sex doll, I say life partner. You don't necessarily you don't just have to have sex with her.
You don't have to just sex with her. He didn't.
No, he did not.
So around June 23rd, 2018, Stephanie showed up. Terry East created a Facebook profile for this woman named Stephanie East, where from Stephanie East's point of view, as one of these real dolls, one of the first posts was that she celebrated Terry East's birthday. So we see a man who looks very sweet. I'm going to go out on a limb here and say pretty lonely.
Yes.
He got a sex doll into his home.
Yes.
And you see him unboxing a drone, supposedly from Stephanie East, where Stephanie East says, well, Terry East was really sick last weekend, his birthday, so we didn't get to do anything. So I decided it today, so here are some pics. And his present I got him last week and had it hid. Love you, baby. Cut to him pictures unboxing a drone. It seems very nice.
And are we clarifying? He is doing this all next to a doll. This is like Lars and the Real Girl mixed with immense more mental health issues and loneliness.
Yes. Yes, so, and he is already, he is dealing with it, right?
But you know what, Henry, you know what's kind of nice about this, though? When you get to buy yourself a present. When you get to buy yourself a present and you know what you want. And it's like, this is so cool because I get to pretend like I'm getting a gift. It's like every night I go on the internet and I try to buy stuff if I want to, and then it shows up and you're like, I don't remember buying that. Who got that for me? And then it says from Ben to Ben, love you, Ben. And I'm like, wow, I do have friends.
Wow, I do have friends. No, that's what I did when I got the PS4. I literally I wanted to get it gift options, and they wouldn't send it to the house. I had to go pick it up, but I wanted to put a bow on it so I'd feel like I was getting a present.
Oh.
So wasn't just that.
No, it gets a lot weirder than getting a gift.
Stephanie's post, it got shared 2,000 times. It became a little bit of a viral thing. I think I vaguely remember this coming out, but now this was not that long ago.
No.
I want to say this was since Thursday, maybe of last week, couple weeks ago. This is 2018, late 2018. Stephanie had a baby. Cut to a series of Instagram pictures and Facebook Live pictures of Stephanie with the fake pregnant belly on in front of a laptop with little things that says, Mom awaiting delivery, and she was so calm. And then it's a picture of a nude Stephanie with a towel on, still with socks on, saying, Mom getting set up for delivery. Then some random-ass man.
No, this is
a very old man. This is not him.
This is the midwife. I believe it is a woman, and she looks just like...
that is a woman.
She looks just like Lloyd Kaufman from Trauma. If you ever just Google Lloyd Kaufman, this woman literally looks just like him.
Yes.
And she's holding up
a knife.
What looks to be two rusted up knives.
It is a knife and a set of pliers with the caption that says, midwife with the tools of her trade prepare for birth. Not sure, but one of them may bleed out. Hope she is good.
And again, these are dolls.
These dolls. The baby begins his journey. Now we have the sex doll still staring at the ceiling with dead glass eyes.
Yes.
The baby begins his journey into this world still praying. It ain't over yet. They're pulling it out.
Oh, my God.
Then they pull it out a little bit more. He's getting so close, almost out looking good so far, but still praying. Then he did a picture of himself lying on the ground. Yep, I did pass out. Couldn't handle it. Still praying for the baby and the mom.
Yes, no, but this is great. You don't just... They're doing this thing. The doll is having a baby. He did not wait the proper 9 months, and I think if he was really authentically trying to have this be a real person, he would have waited the 9 months.
Oh, this was his mother. The midwife was Terry's mother.
Okay, well, there's something so wrong. This makes Texas Chainsaw Sawyer family. This makes the Sawyer family seem like a really down-to-earth, just a fun, everyday modern family.
I don't think you should feel shame for anything that you like.
No,
I think that you should be able to. I'm forcing this out. You should be able to celebrate yourself.
Yes.
In any way, shape, or form. He's not hurting anybody.
Okay, Henry, but this is my question to you. This is my question to you, though. Okay, so he's passing out because that's how serious he's taking. He's like, oh my God, I hope the baby's coming out right. I hope it's not a breech birth, anything like that. If he ends up finding a pregnant woman in real life and doing something horrible with her and the fetus, is this not a massive warning sign?
Oh, yes.
So how do we, this is why it becomes very difficult to gauge like pre-crime and thought crime. When does this man go out and do this to a real person?
I don't know. I would say right now, though, I think we should allow our fantasy lives, if you want to, especially in quarantine. People are real lonely right now. Real lonely.
Sure.
So, yes, live out a full birthing sequence with your real doll right now. Or, I'm not going to say real doll, with your fiance or wife right now, because this is the time to do that. But this is technically, I'd be a little bit more worried if he was like, I cut Stephanie's tits off last night. If he was doing that, I'd be a little bit more worried. This is technically him just cosplaying a real life experience that I think that's vaguely normal.
Okay, well, Stephanie East did give one post, and again, that is the real doll. This was July 22nd, right after my birthday, 2017. There's a plate of food, tomatoes, some good...
This was the last, I think this is one of the last ones.
And it says, hope you enjoy your dinner, babe. I forgive you, and I love you very much, which makes me wonder, did he attempt to cut off her breasts?
Well, he's showing, within his own little world, he's showing that they are having issues. Him and Stephanie are they are fighting. They're actively fighting within their inner fantasy
his
life.
There's no
in
there.
His brain.
It's just him.
Yes. And so That is very. I'm going to go out on a limb here and say it's strange.
Yeah, if the doll has to forgive him, I'm just very. What did he do?
I don't know. But Stephanie's profile was pretty open. Terry's, though, on the other hand, was very private. So Stephanie used a post talking about the relationship from that side, which I actually see as more of a deeper fantasy realization, right? That she's the one who talks about the relationship. She's obsessed with Facebook. Me, I'm actually pretty private. Even though you're both.
Yeah, okay, sure, I can see.
It's a lot.
Yeah, okay.
All right, so we're going to happen here. So it's not clear. So they think that maybe he changed everything after he went viral. His privacy settings have not stopped those intrigued by the relationship from finding some sort of personal information about Terry. Number one is that his fiance died. He had a fiance named Deborah Big Mountain. It's not clear how Deborah passed, but may have included the real life.
I'm sorry, what was that?
Yeah.
Her name is Deborah Big Mountain?
Deborah Big Mountain.
Was she an adult cam star?
I don't think so. There's a picture of her and Terry East. If you go to her Facebook account right now, you can see that she is she's on there.
So he's heartbroken.
I gather that he must be. Some people have put this up. I think this is an old photo. But I believe that she has passed. Right? It's not clear how Deborah passed, but may have included the real life. He may have included the real life death into the conspiracy surrounding the fictional disappearance of Stephanie and Hunter. So now this is where it's starting to weirdly cross over. It seems to have become, now this comes from the article.
Yes.
It seemed many have become so consumed with the fictional cold case that they have forgotten the real people involved. People have posted screenshots messaging Terry, Stephanie, Terry's mother, and even his deceased spouse. Despite the real-life people now having to deal with online harassment, those demanding answers remain focused on their goal of learning exactly what happened to Stephanie and Hunter, because now Stephanie and Hunter are just gone. Now, while Terry was seen commenting on some of Stephanie's posts in the last 24 hours, there's still no confirmed explanation for any part of this relationship. Multiple people have claimed Terry is a veteran who developed mental issues. I don't know if that's real or not. Nobody knows anything that's real or not.
And again, just to drive this home, Stephanie and Hunter are both fake.
They are both fake.
Okay, because I was like, Stephanie, oh, that's right. But those are both dolls. So, man, this guy should have just been a screenwriter.
I don't know. I think technically this is the most boring movie of all time, except for Lars and the Real Girl, because Lars and the Real Girl was there.
But this is what one of the posts. So this was a post that was on Facebook. It asked that everything be deleted. They said he is a Desert Storm survivor. He is also a domestic abuser. My family and I suffered at the hands of him for a long time, and we just want to move on. It's not funny. He's dangerous. This is a woman that wrote about Terry. She says that she is his former stepdaughter. And again, I don't know what is real and not, but it says, please delete this. And again, yeah, it just says what I just said there. He's dangerous, but I don't know if that's him or if that's a real person or if he's just creating.
The account was I don't know. The account was immediately deleted. So it also, So it sounds like it could also be him.
It could also just be him. Anyway.
No, it is very, very interesting. But now someone already put up a GoFundMe with a $10,000 goal called "Help Find Stephanie East."
No, there's so many real issues. Please,
that's real
don't
issues because people are spending money on. Don't give them money. Don't give them that money. It's just one of those like what the internet can do, right? What you can. Where he has put this entire storyline out, and the world is responding to it. So now it's like he's generating his own drama. What we're seeing is sort of a real life thing of like what happened with the. With Gypsy Rose, that story.
Oh, sure.
That story where the Facebook is now it went from completely fake to real to the point that people are doing within the irony of it. Right. They are helping create the reality of it.
It's a little
creating his universe.
It's a little Slender Man. Right? A little Slender Man-ish, how we can bring things into reality like that. It is endlessly fascinating what the internet has, because of the collection of ideas, it really does create things that are, for all intents and purposes, real.
I wonder what's going to happen over the next 2 months. Truly.
Oh my God.
Because now everybody is they're either denying that anything is happening and just living their life and who knows what's going to happen, or they are completely on the internet. People are giving over their entire consciouses to the internet right now. Like they're
Yes.
living permanently online. And what is that going to happen? What kind of weird deranged shit is going to come out right now? Because number one, we're in the middle of, this is misinformation season.
Oh, my.
Because fucking all of this stupid politics going on. So nobody, who's going to know what's up and what's down?
No.
We're going to see a lot more of this weird play acting for everyone, I imagine.
And I've been trying to unpack. There's a lot going on, and there's a lot of people benefiting, and then there's a lot of people suffering, and there's just military stuff and all these. There's a lot to talk about. But we will do that more on Abel Against Top Hat, and we're not just going to focus on that either, because we have to focus on other things going on and not
at least
lose
you
sight.
have. At least you have stupid politics in that show to talk about besides just virus news.
Exactly. Of course, now, again, stay inside, Florida. Go out and vote, Florida. I have no idea what that is all about, but again,
No
that's
clue.
where a lot of speculation happens. But let's
Seems
do...
like it's all highly fucking irresponsible. That's what it
Oh,
seems.
yes, that's the right word for it. All right, well, let's do Hero of the Week. This week's hero, I'm going to channel my inner Henry Zabrowski, and I'm actually going to read a listener email. This comes in from Kristen, and she had a submission for Hero of the Week. And she says, "Hello, Ben and Henry. Got a tale to tell you. Over the past 3 days, my roommates and I have watched our toilet paper stash dwindle as the Karens of the world rush out to the store and wipe out, see what I did there? The stock of toilet paper throughout the Chicagoland area. She says they searched high and low, Walmart, Target, Walgreens, Home Depot, even Menards.
Menards?
Gas stations, every place, but they could not find any toilet paper until, when at long last, Kayla Clatter came in clutch and bought us a giant economy pack of that sweet, sweet poo-poo paper.
Yeah, girl.
So we have a submission. Kayla deserves to be Hero of the Week because not only is she a huge fan of the last podcast on the left, but she's out here on the front lines, seeing where Karens don't. Thank you for your consideration. May you find enough toilet paper to satisfy your butts in the coming weeks. Live, laugh, love, Christine. So,
Hell
Miss
yeah.
Clatter, you are Hero of the Week, and all of our wonderful patriots out there who did not hoard toilet paper, but rather got enough for their tushy, and only enough for their tushy, because we gotta spread the love around, and by love, I mean toilet paper.
Honestly, dudes. Honestly. Nobody else can get it.
Nobody else can
get the
it.
fucking toilet paper. If you have all of it, no one else can get it. All you need is, if everybody just bought the same amount of toilet paper that they normally buy,
Yes.
we can all have it. We can all have it. They're
it.
not going to stop shipping it. They're going to keep sending toilet paper.
Yes.
That people have to. You should stay home unless it is to grocery shop. Essentially, like you minimize your contact with other human beings.
Yes.
But the toilet paper should be there if you can get to the store.
Just get what you need and no more, so we can all be safe together. And then also honorable mention, someone who you could argue, yes, did more than Miss Clatter. We have the first tests of the coronavirus. So there's 4 patients who received the jab of the needle at the Kaiser Permanente Research Center in Seattle. So I want to say thank you to those people as well for being on the front lines of testing the coronavirus. And hopefully they are the beginning of the end of this nasty, nasty situation. So there you go.
These fuckers. Let's get these virus fuckers, man.
Absolutely.
I wish I could go out there with a fucking baseball bat. Just fucking, I want to do is because I have that like triple identify, that mine thing that you can do during fucking Division 2, where you could you select the 3 dudes and you roll in there. I wish I could do that with a fucking coronavirus. Get my fucking, because then I have my fucking new field shotgun, my level 3 shotgun, fucking going through that, going through just boom, walking down the alleyway, checking the corners, checking my sight lines, see coronavirus, boom, shooting the fucking head.
Yeah.
Go around the other corner. Next thing you know, I'm throwing a grenade into an empty room.
Sure.
Just doing it to do it. You never know when there's coronavirus in there. Fucking boom, blow it out.
Yep. And again, he is talking about a video game, not a real life desire. But that is how fun. I'm happy you're on the Division 2 tip. And indeed, it does. It gets the fantasy out, doesn't it?
This is what I was going to say too about the real dolls and all this kind of stuff, right? It's good for them to get it out. I honestly do believe that. I also wonder if we make a bunch of we made a bunch of kid robots for pedophiles to fuck, and then see what happens. And what we do is they can fuck if they don't get it out of their systems, then we can train the robots to kill the pedophiles mid-cum.
I do like the second half of that. It has been scientifically proven. There's a lot. Well, this is actually up for debate in these,
is this a hot button issue
circles.
Did I just wander into a very hot button issue? Or
well, one of the concerns is that it's also it heats up the process and it actually propels pedophilia to go even further because it normalizes it in the mind and then it turns into inactuality. But if you do want to listen to Abe Lincoln's Top Hat and you really want to be happy about a great interview, I did interview a woman who only works with non-offending pedophiles. That was about, 2 months? I forget. It was like a very nice holiday weekend. I think it was Thanksgiving. Yes. And the shows that we did, I was like, and Henry's like, what are you talking about on the shows for Thanksgiving week? I was like,
the dog mills. Yeah, right. Non-offending pedophiles and dog mills. It's been like, what are we doing? I am an executive producer of a network. This is a network. I am allowing this to go out in one weekend. This is insane. But I also had an idea of what we do is we make digital child porn, right? Digital child porn, right? Right before before the beginning would start, like you get them all ramped up, being like, I don't know where my duty is. No, there's nobody here to pick me up from school. You know what I mean? Like, so that's a good scenario, I guess, to start with. And then the kid grows into an adult digitally, just as you would come and go, you're under arrest. You're fucking pervert.
Yeah, I think that is just wonderful, Henry. I'm so happy that you're letting your brain become more creative as you quarantine, and expect more of Henry Zebrowski's inner thoughts after not having conversations with people.
I'm developing content. Let me read. All right, so I'm going to keep these emails light.
All right.
Okay. So this comes from this is just called Police Monkeys, because I said, all right, listen to this. All right. Henry said we should give monkeys little badges and let them police themselves.
Oh, yeah.
Funnily enough, we have evidence from Egypt that baboons were trained as police animals and were used very similar to police dogs today, because they attached a image of it's kind of fun. It's a image of a hieroglyph with the man going like, with the baboon, hopefully not trying to suck its dick. It looks like it's arresting him, though.
Okay.
Which is really fun. Of course, with most tomb images, we have to be careful of saying that they definitely represented daily life, because they're also all idealized representations. But I love the idea of police monkeys roaming the streets of ancient Egypt. Me too.
Yeah, absolutely. And as a matter of fact, I believe there is a Murder Fist. Doesn't Murder Fist have a sketch online, Bobo the monkey or something?
It's called Monkey Police Chase.
Yes.
You should really check it out.
Check it out on YouTube during your time at home.
Yes, I would definitely do. They definitely do that. It's a lot of fun. And they also say to always remember, Smiths, skilled workers build the pyramids, not slaves or aliens.
Okay,
interesting.
That's the consensus at this point. I also
That's
think
a very good way to say that.
I think that slaves could also be skilled workers, because they don't necessarily anytime you would win a conquest, you would enslave anyone, even the smart people. So it is possible that it's a bit of both.
You just waded into 7-foot history waters that we can't.
I'm
literally just going to drown in.
It might be a bit of both.
I think from now on, do we literally have to only say things we know for certain? Like,
then we
for
don't
the next
have a
8
show.
weeks,
Then we do not have a show.
All I know is about weed. I know things about weed, and I know. Honestly, Marcus got me this really good bottle of bourbon for officiating his wedding, and I've just been fucking hammered on it. It's called, I just know it's, I'll send you the exact name. I'm not Garrison's, but it's called Cowboy Bourbon. Woo, it's good.
Okay.
All right, here's another story. About 18 years ago, I moved my family, wife and 2 sons, 6 and 4 at the time, from Baton Rouge, Louisiana, to Houston, Texas for a job. We had rented a 2-bedroom apartment in a relatively new upscale complex. The strange occurrences started to happen on our very first night there. At approximately 2 a.m., we were woken up by all 3 of the smoke alarms in our apartments blaring and smoke visibly filling up the unit. I can even remember the smell of burning wood. I jump out of bed, still half asleep. I told my wife to run downstairs. My wife!
Uh-oh.
You get downstairs! I'll get the boys and I'll meet you.
Oh, okay. I don't want to be like gender norms here, but okay. I feel like maybe the person should go.
No, but it's nice. This is why equality is the way it is. Yeah, we're supposed to die first.
That's what I kind of thought.
Bill Burr has a whole bit on it.
Okay.
Bill Burr has a whole bit on it.
Okay.
You should check it out. It's honestly good. And halfway across the apartment, all of the smoke alarms shut off at the same time, and the smoke haze and smell vanished almost instantly. I vividly remember being just as shocked by the sudden silence as I was suddenly alarmed. I paused for a split second, and I continued to the boys' room. I opened the door, and they were both still sound asleep as if they heard nothing, even though there was a smoke alarm right outside the bedroom door. Confused, I walk back to my wife in our bedroom. She's asking me, what the hell is going on? I have no answer. I tell her that I'm going to go walk around outside to make sure everything's okay. Everything was. And I tell her I will call maintenance in the morning and have them check into it. Must be some kind of wiring issue. Maintenance man finds zilch. Okay, it must be some kind of freak thing, or I'm crazy. Until the next night when it happened again, and again the night after that, and again, and again. Every single night, exactly the same way, exactly at 2 a.m. for approximately the next 3 weeks.
Weird.
We had already contacted the apartment managers and asked for a different unit. This was past ridiculous. On what seems like night 187 of this hell, I'm much slower in my response, but I still get up to check out everything outside because of what if. As I step outside the bedroom door, I remember getting a horrible chill that ran through my entire body as though I walked into a freezer. I remember missing a step, but brushed it off and went to check everything out. Same scenario. Everything's fine. As I got back to bed, I noticed my wife went silent as I mentioned the extreme chill. Yeah? You didn't see him? See who? I asked. The man outside the door. I saw you shiver when you passed through him. He looked Native American. The alarm stopped to the exact moment he vanished. Needless to say, neither of us slept anymore that night. We rolled a big fat joint, sat on the couch, watching TV with all the lights on for the rest of the night. The next day, my wife contacted a local shop that dealt in the occult and explained what was going on. The woman told her that the spirit was possibly attached to the ground, not the structure, since it was so new. She made the usual suggestions, such as cleansing and smudging, but also suggested we maybe try to talk with them first. Maybe just wanted to be seen and acknowledged.
Yeah, sure.
My wife told me this, and of course, after the events of the night prior, I was skeptical, but let's go for it.
Sure.
So the next night around 2 a.m., we both sat down and acknowledged him. It was basically things like, we see you, we know you're there. I felt dumb doing it, but it made my wife happy, so whatever. Here's the thing, though. Never happened again.
Okay.
Not that night, nor any night after. We lived there for 2 more years with 0 issues.
Okay,
Very
well,
interesting.
sometimes that just goes to remind you all, there should be nobody invisible in your life. Say hello to the delivery man. Say hello to the person who works in the back of the kitchen. Give them a fist bump. Say hello to the people that other people ignore because sometimes they just want to be acknowledged.
Always say hello. Sometimes say goodbye.
Sometimes.
Now, say goodbye. We had some really good messages about the space bubble, the idea of like these bubbles of nothingness.
Right.
But I truly barely understand them. One was very, very intense. We had it from a very smart lady who sent us a thing about that basically what it happens is that space nothing bubbles are essentially the physicalization of the way the math breaks down in physics. You get it, Kissel.
I'm already
Look, I see you
confused.
nodding. I saw Kissel.
What?
You opened that big math book. So smart of you, Kissel. And with that quill, and you started making notes. I can't believe it.
Yeah, the guy who literally couldn't pass a college class called Math 090, which wasn't even a college credit. The guy that failed that class 3 times. Yeah. No, I get it.
Yeah,
I got
you
it.
understand.
Yeah. Oh, good.
And also I got a correction. I got a correction on that on the Polish name pronouncing. It's actually Shabulski.
Oh,
Because I guess PRZY is pronounced sh.
Well, I'm not going to say anything about the Polish there. Everyone else can think their own thoughts.
No, we're just different.
It
We're
doesn't
different.
really make any sense to do it that way.
And
but
I do want to be king of Poles. Thank you.
are.
I want to
You
take that.
are.
I want to take that. See, so the space-time eating bubbles you were referring to have long been known to scientists they've been known to scientists for about 5 years. It is speculated they are somehow similar to black holes. Both anomalies act similar, but have opposite geometrical shapes. Bubbles, of course, being regular spheres, and black holes being negative spheres. Geometrically, think of a circle with a negative races. Think of a circle with a negative radius. You know, Kissel. Kissel, wake up.
Whoa,
It's
what?
math
Oh,
class.
I'm so sorry. I'm sorry.
Wake up. Think of a circle with a negative radius. Can you?
I literally thought of a Fruit Loop. And I don't know. I don't know what
Maybe
it
you're
even
correct.
means to think of it.
You might be correct.
I don't know.
But it is definitely very theoretical, and there's nothing to really be afraid of.
Great. That makes me feel awesome.
That's it. It's
So
just one
space-
less thing to be afraid of until it's too late. You know what I mean? Just one of those.
I love it. So space bubbles are not eating time. We will be okay.
Like right now, we are fine.
I got it. Got it all up in the old head. Thank you all so much for listening. And throughout this pandemic that we're all surviving through, we are going to try to do as much as we can here at the Last Podcast Network. And the only thing we can do is talk, because we are talkers and we are extroverts. And this is going to save us from our fear of isolation. So I believe we're going to try to do sort of almost a round table of gentleman-esque side stories. We want to bring on people in the LPN community. So hopefully we'll be getting that up and going next week. And if you want to check out all the shows here on Last Podcast Network, also Roundtable of Gentlemen, it is old school. That was our first show we ever did. Kevin Barnett is on it. Jackie, Holden, Harry is a guest on a regular basis.
It's from before the prehistory of internet, so it is.
Yes.
Fucking, some of it's wilder than the rest of it, but it's fucking great. I miss those days sometimes, man.
If you are listening and you are driving your car and you get pulled over, the cop will arrest you for drinking and driving just because it is an alcohol-fueled show.
Yes.
But if you do want to kind of go down that rabbit hole, it's an interesting experience, and certainly not for. It's just fun. It's just fun.
So live every day, like they're saying. Live every day like you fucking got the disease already. Live like you got it. Think about your neighbor like you got it already, and don't fake it unless it's really, really funny. That's the big one. And then laugh, knowing like me. You know, to be honest, if you got 5 pounds of pasta, then we're gonna get through this.
Woo!
I guess so. I don't know. I got a lot of frozen meat.
Good for
So
you.
I mostly just go ripping through my meat.
Good.
Currently.
Ugh. Okay, no one wants to think about Henry ripping through his meat. Sounds like you definitely took a violent something or another.
And love your fellow man. Be kind to your fellow man.
Wow.
You got a really old person in your building, and you want to do something about them, you go there and you help them do something. I don't know what it is that they need, but help them drop off groceries. Yeah. Look out for your elderly neighbors. They're the ones that are truly going to be fucked here. I have no clue how long we're going to be under lockdown, but guess what, man? We're going to laugh all the way through it, because that's the only thing we can fucking do, you pieces of shit, and it's what we're going to do every day for the rest of our lives. Our book's still coming out April 7th.
Yeah.
No clue about the tour. We got a live show to sell you soon as well.
Yeah.
You'll have that soon. Good Pud is coming out this week, only on Patreon. We got new interviews for Patreon coming out. We have all this kind of stuff, so at least the content will never stop flowing.
Yes,
from
indeed.
LPN Studios, unless we are murdered by the government.
Which is possible. And also, hailyourselfamerica.com. You can get the documentary. It's 40 minutes. I believe it's $5 if you have some time there. And yeah. All right, everyone. Thank you all so much for listening. We'll keep on trucking and get through all this together as we always do. Hail yourselves!
Hail Satan!
Magustalations.
Hail me, you bitch.
Mm-hmm.
This show is made possible by listeners like you. Thanks to our ad sponsors, you can support our shows by supporting them. For more shows like the one you just listened to, go to lastpodcastnetwork.com.